Good evening, this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com and welcome. Welcome today to a review that I'm doing of GLD and basically the overall precious metal sector, which I made a call on back in April. Here it is, it's June. That was very accurate. And when people ask me, well, how did you know it was going to do this, and so on and so forth, I say, because I know how to read charts, I know how to read price, and I know how to read gaps. This is one of these things where every once in a blue moon, I will say something with so much conviction that I absolutely 100% feel no chance of failure for something that I might say. This was one of those times. Usually when it happens, I have to be honest with you, when I say something that I know is like 100%, like it'll come out and I'll just say it. Like I won't even have to think. That's when I know that it's like boom, because there's no thought process involved. And that's really when I made the proclamation that this was not going to see the high of this bar forever for the rest of its life. Basically what I meant was a long, long time. When I proclaimed that the day that this happened here, it was totally 100% instinctual because I saw it right in the chart so clearly that I just said it without thinking through the thought, if that makes sense. When I don't have to process the thought, it's clear to me. It's so clear that it's part of what I'm seeing, and the thought is processing itself within no time element. It's instantaneous. When you do one thing, one strategy, and you're doing it for a long, 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 long time, and I mean not days and weeks and months, I mean years and years, like I've been trading gaps. You do see things without processing the thought. You do see things instinctually. That's how I trade. That's really how I'm at the point now with my trading. That's why some of the calls that I make, aggressive as some of them may seem, follow through and work so well. Now, this was tough today, though. I got to be honest with you. Why? Because it didn't go immediately. It went in the afternoon, and this really isn't my play in the afternoon. My play is not the afternoon. My play is the morning. I don't trade the afternoon. It's just not my thing. My thing is the morning. And, everybody has their thing. Some people like to trade all day. I don't advise that for anyone. As it turns out, because the market fell so red, so hard, so fast all this afternoon, trading this afternoon, if you were on the short side, was paid you. It was the reward was there. That doesn't happen every afternoon. Many times the market flips the opposite direction that it trades in the morning and the afternoon. As it turns out, today the market had follow through. Is that the reason these things fell so hard today? No, they fell hard because they were continuation gaps since the original gap, and the charts were just intact. And eventually they were going to fall anyways. The ultimate target on this, though, and I got to go back and watch the video I made on this in April because I don't remember what I said the target was, but it's going to get there, whatever I said, to go back and listen to it myself. It's past this here. It passed this today in the gap. So it passed the first target today in the gap, which was the swing and core trade. Really, this is the swing trade target in here. Oh, these things are just dead. These things are just falling off a cliff. I mean, I said that before. I'm going to say it again here. These things are goners. Absolute goners. I mean, you could have been short overnight the call I made here, and you've been making money all along, carrying it. You never got within this bar. Never did. And I actually remember seeing some things on Facebook and social media and all kinds of crazy stuff out there that people were wanting to buy these things after this. They wanted to buy it to fill the gap. They wanted to buy it to fill the gap, to go up, to go higher. They wanted to buy it in here. I hope everyone can see. Do you see there's absolutely no buying going on in this activity? Let's take it across. This isn't buying. No buying, no buying, no buying, no buying. No one's buying. No one's buying it. This is no buying. Gap down again. Doji. No buying, no buying, no buying, no power buying, no green. No buying, no buying, no buying. No one's buying it. No one's buying it. No buying, no buying. This is not buying. This is a reversal. A reversal of rallying to resistance into the whole number of 135. No buying. Definitely no buying, no buying, no buying at all. Can't get a lift. No buying, no buying, not being bought. Not being bought still, not being bought. No buys. No, 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 no. So, you know, it's just why people insist on wanting to buy these things, just beyond me. But I'm telling you, the stuff that I see in these gaps, the way that I'm reading these charts, it's just, you know, talk about having conviction and a strategy that you do when you teach. I mean, this thing today, I don't take these overnight. I do not trade these overnight, but I'm working up to that point within my own trading. So watching these and studying these and following these, how they're acting when the follow through to the bigger numbers to do these things for the bigger targets. Okay, the next target is 120. It could even get there tomorrow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this gaps down into this area tomorrow. And I'm not sure if it's going to keep falling red tomorrow on the day, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gaps down tomorrow morning. I think a lot of things are just going to gap into themselves tomorrow morning because of what happened today in the market and the way things traded. But the next day trade target in this is 120. Longer term trade, swing trade is down in here in 113-ish, 114. When you have something that you do that you can duplicate in multiple time frames, grab onto it, grab onto that thing, hold on to that thing, and sink your teeth into it and do it full throttle. Because there isn't many things you can do that with. In fact, I got to be honest with you, I can't think of anything other than what I'm doing with the gaps. I never set out to create this to be something that could be played for a longer term picture on multiple time frames and work as well as it does as a day trade. But that is exactly what my golden gap system is. The rating system I use, you know, it follows through. It follows through on the chart. It is that powerful. And I never set out to do it for that. But as you know, sometimes life takes you down a road. You put so much of your heart and soul into something, which I did when I created my 26-point system, that you do it. And I was doing this thing with such detail, such focus, that it developed into something that was so solid, so good, so powerful that it did actually play out on multiple time frames. And I never set out to do it for that purpose, but that's why it works so good as a day trade. The reason that this works so great as a day trade is because it is the bigger time frame that's playing out overall in the trend of the stock that's playing out, so my day trades work consistently. Because the bigger money is following through on what's happening in these bigger trends. Okay, so when I'm trading something on a day trade, I'm taking it in that direction. Okay, which I'm doing shorts, I'm taking it that way, and then the bigger information follows through. The bigger power that's going on in there on the multiple time frames and the higher time frames and the bigger picture is just playing out in the day for me. And that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm doing it. That's how it's all coming together. That's how it works. Okay, that's the system. And boy, gosh, golly, you know, I remember the day that I said that. The day that I said it, when I said it in the video, when I saw it, I said it, I literally didn't even think about it. It wasn't like I sat and thought and studied the chart and tried to figure it out. I just blurted it. I said these things, this precious metal sector, I said, is not going to see the high of the day of this gap, for you may as well see forever in the chart because it's not going to be a long time. And that was an amazing call by me. I did not even think about it. I said it because I saw it so clearly. And look at the price of this thing now. And I'm sure crazy people will still try to buy and think it's going to fill some gap in here. And even this is not a gap fill. This is a rally into resistance. This is not the way to make money. This is 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 the way to make money. You trade in the trend. You trade in the direction, not against it. You won't make consistent profits trading against what's going on in this overall picture. You will put yourself in a position of danger. It's gambling at its highest nature if you trade in the opposite direction of a chart, specifically in overnights. That is so deadly, because this thing could have gapped down here whenever it felt like it. It could have did it any time. As you see here, you think, well, it can't do it again. Oh, you betcha. It did it here and it did it here. And this is going to gap down again tomorrow. I bet it gaps down again tomorrow because it's lower. It's lower. It didn't even break 123 today, but it's going to gap down. It's going to gap down tomorrow. I'd probably maybe just a little teeny weeny. And then it might flip and go green on the day, but I have a feeling this is going to gap down tomorrow into itself. It's just one of these things where there's nothing saving this now. There's nothing been saving it since April, you know? So this whole sector, if you were looking to go long it anytime soon, don't. It's a short. It's been a short. If you took the call I made back here in April, you're cashing in big time. Big time. And carry some through. It's nowhere near done. Carry it on through. So this is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing call that I made in this precious metal sector, which followed through and confirmed itself today. And this is all because of the way that I know how to read charts. This is all because of the Golden Gap system, the course that I teach, the 26-point rating system, everything I know, everything I'm teaching in the class. How did I see it? How do I know this? Everything I know, everything that I trade, everything that I'm teaching people in the class and in the room. This is how, this is it. If you want to learn how to trade and make money, you've got to learn from someone that knows how to read this stuff right, because this is not easy. Anyone would think here, I'm sure, and why people wanted to buy it all over the place everywhere I looked. And I said that was nuts. Thinks something's too extended. People thought, oh, this is just too extended in here. I think this is climactic or novice or something. It's damaged. It is damaged. It's damaged. And then people say, well, you know what? I'm getting on the cheap. Is it a bargain? It's a bargain. It's a bargain. No, it's not a bargain at all. And the fact is that what's a bargain? 0, 0. 1 penny. 1 penny is a bargain. If something goes to 1 penny and you want to buy it, go ahead. But it's close to bankruptcy, so I wouldn't do it. So therefore, don't buy anything thinking you're getting anything on the cheap. There's nothing on the cheap. This thing is in a downtrend. It's been in a downtrend. It's going to continue at longer term by the end of 2013. It's going to go to $100. These charts going to go to $100. There it is. 6 more months left in the year. Could it do it? Absolutely. It just ran $20 in the last 2 months. Could it go $20 in the next 6? You betcha. Okay. I'm not saying it's going straight there. It could wiggle and jiggle and wiggle and jiggle a million times before it gets there. But this is where it's going to be before the end of the year. There, I just saw it. There's another clear thing. Boom. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of gaps, beautiful example of my system, beautiful example of the 26 rating points, beautiful example of everything I know, everything I teach, everything I'm doing. This is it. This is an amazing example. To see this thing, to know it would continue, to know it would do what it did, to not know exactly the day it was going to do it, but to know it was going to do it, and have the conviction that it would, and to say something like I did back here. I mean, you know, honestly, that wasn't the first gap in this chart, but I saw it. What can I say? You got to learn this stuff from someone like me if you really want to trade well. There's so much money to be made in the market on these things. And if you can day trade and swing trade and core trade and do it all, you're going to get rich. You're going to get rich. You can just do this and get rich. If you have the money behind you, the buying power to do it, the wrist to stomach to take the stuff, to do it, to do everything in this thing, to do the day trades, the swing trades, the core trades, to hold it, to go through the motions, to carry it on through, to do the whole thing, you're going to get rich. There it is. So it's just, do you know what to do? Do you have the money behind you? Do you have the guts to do it? You know, here it is. And boy, I tell you, you know, seeing these things fall through today, my conviction is strengthened 1,000%. Maybe I'm going to have to start saying 1,000% instead of 100%. 1,000% conviction. No chance of failure. No chance this isn't going lower. No chance that the call I made in April wasn't going to hold true. No chance. You know? You know, here it is. Talk about seeing in a crystal ball. There you go. So this is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com. Have a great night, everyone. This is GLD, the precious metal sectors. Follow me through. Beautiful call I made. Good job, anybody that did this and shorted this today. If you have any questions or would like more information about the Golden Gap course, contact me at Melissa at the StockSwoosh.com. Thanks and have a great day, everyone.